I didn't hear. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a beautiful day we have today to come and celebrate Jesus here in this beautiful place that we have. Would ask that you would fill out the Connect card, as always, for your attendance and the opportunity on the back to share your joys and concerns. And those of you watching online, we welcome you as well. So welcome to everyone. We do have quite a few announcements this morning before we begin our worship service, so let me begin with those. I will draw your attention to the fact that today we have actually an insert in your bulletin that has quite a few of these announcements listed, so be sure and keep tabs with that. Pastor Mike began a Bible study last week, and we would invite you all to come today at 4 o'clock. Frequent questions you would like to ask God. Not that Pastor Mike is God, just so you're clear about that. But questions we might want to ask God, and whether or not we have scripture that can answer those questions. It is noodle time. Today is the last day to place your order for those. It's $6 per pound. And the pre-ordered noodles can be picked up this Thursday, from 10:30 to 1 o'clock, or next Sunday in the narthex. All Saints Sunday will be the first Sunday of November. So please submit the names and a photo of loved ones to be recognized to Sheila Burns or to the office by October 19th. Operation Christmas Child. Once again, we're going to be packing the shoe boxes, and there's a bunch of them out in the narthex. And the information is on the Connection Center. So please fill out a box for a child. And if you do that online with the QR code, you can eventually find out where it went. So that's always kind of a nice thing. Our Fall Festival is October 30th. We are still in need of a chairperson for the Fall Festival. I understand that there are already lots of people heading up all the different activities and the food that occurs in there, so we just need someone to organize that and oversee that. The craft show, yard signs are in the narthex to sign up to help publicize the show, and volunteer sign up is in the narthex, so we need a lot of help with that, and the date of the craft show is October 25th. Bake sale and pie donations are also needed for the craft show. Our bake sale is a big part of the tasty part, I guess you would say, of our craft sales. So if you can help in that way, you can fill out a slip that is in the bulletin. The food pantry, the new theme for October, includes turkeys, yams, stuffing, gravy, green beans, and more. Oh wow, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. It's always a good time with good food and good family. So it sounds like it's food that's going to help with a Thanksgiving meal. So the complete list is on the screen, and please help stock the shelves in our food pantry. I was actually given a note from JR that today the Basel Fire Department is going to be accepting food donations of canned fruits, canned vegetables, spaghetti sauce, and soups. And that's today from 6 o'clock to 7:15, and the explorers will be there to kind of direct you, and will also unload the food that you bring for you. So tonight, 6 o'clock to 7:15 at the fire department. If you can make that, that would be great. Men's breakfast is next Sunday at 7:30. And I think, well, I do have one special announcement. We have a very happy birthday today. Martha is 94 years young. Where's Martha? Martha. Very, very happy birthday. You only have 6 more years to go before you're going to hit that big mark. So, and I would like to ask Tim now to come forward for an announcement.
Good morning. I want to make you aware that in the newsletter this month, there will be an a fairly extensive update from the Finance Committee. I'm going to give you a couple highlights from that, but I do ask that you take a minute and read all that's there. But I'm going to run through this as quickly as possible. First of all, our Finance Committee, whether you know this or not, is made up of Jim Anderson from Trustees, Don Burns from SPRC, Joe Farmer from the Ad Council, Cheryl Fay is our lay member, Betty Clean and Susan Maxwell are at-large members, Pastor Mike sits in on our meetings, Chris Schreier, our treasurer, sits on those meetings, Louise Smith, who is our financial secretary, sits in on those meetings. This group of people, they meet monthly, religiously, and it's great that they do that, and I truly appreciate their faithfulness to do this. But I wanted to let you know that currently in our checking balance, we have about $140,000. Of that, about two-thirds of it is designated, so designated funds to certain area ministries, and that's where they go. The balance of that, so that other third, is just basically we can use for operational funds on a daily basis. Our monthly expenses right now run about $35,000 a month, or just a little over $8,000. That's actually $35,746 or $8,936 per week. Our current income per month is roughly $31,000 or $7,800 per week. So you can see that there's a deficit there. The last 5 years, we've had a couple years where we've not run a deficit, but we've also been running deficits, and we are running on that trend right now. So you can say, well, are we paying our bills? Yes, we are paying our bills, but the money that we use to offset the deficit and income on weekly giving, we're using out of our checking account right now. So things are moving along there. One of the biggest saddles for our operational funds is the mortgage on the Family Life Center. I think this is good news, but I'm hoping you all see it that way as well. We refinanced the loan in 2022, and when we did that, our actual payment dropped from $6,500 down to $6,100. So we opted to maintain what we were originally paying. So we've been paying down on principal. So that, in addition to other generous donations from individuals to help pay down the principal, and working groups within the church that have turned their funds over to just pay down the principal, we've contributed $46,646 to pay down on the principal. So currently, we have about 9.3 years to pay off the loan, which is ahead of schedule. We do have, in 2027, there will be a review of the loan that may increase the rate of interest that we need to pay, and if we don't have it paid off by 2032, this is an every 5-year schedule. In 2032, we will also have a potential adjustment. So please keep that in mind, but I am jazzed that we are out of the double digits on what we owe on the Family Life Center right now as far as number of years. So that's a praise. So that's the stuff that I don't really like to talk about, but that's the necessary business of the church. There's more detail in the handout, but the other thing that I want to make you aware of, there have been so many accomplishments and blessings through full or partial donations. So sometimes we use church funds and donations, sometimes it's a full donation, but some of these, we've upgraded the Family Life chairs now. So we have sound chairs for use in the Family Life Center, which is great, and that was through donation. We have a new functioning water fountain down in the education wing, a donation. The lighting in the Family Life Center has finally been squared away, so the LEDs are working 100% of the time. That was through donation. The outside lighting at the down at the end of the Family Life Center, that is all great. If you've ever come in there, prior to that, you'd always hear a hum, but never see a light. Now we have light, so it's so nice to have that. We have new furnaces, not that we need them right now, but this winter, we will be heating this end of the building with new, more efficient furnaces, and that was through donation and funds from the church. We repurposed one of the air conditioners from here. I talk like I did it. I did nothing. The trustees did everything. But they repurposed one of the air conditioners here that wasn't really needed and put it over in the Family Life Center kitchen so the workers over there can be a little bit cooler. The supplies for youth work camp, those are donated. We have so many donations of time and materials for the Bible school, the fall party, the Christmas and Easter season community events. All those are donated. So we're not using church funds for those, but it's one of those things where we have so many opportunities, and this building and the staff that work here offer us such a great foundation to work from. So I do ask that if you would please review what's in the newsletter this week. There's more detail there, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tim. We are so glad you are jazzed. And now let's begin our worship. If you will stand as you are able and join me in the call to worship. We are people who need more of your wisdom, God. Life can be complex, and the paths before us often unclear. We come seeking your guidance, your direction, your strength, and your hope. Help us to recognize the gifts you have given us and put them to good use in your world. Let us open our hearts to receive your word. Help us hear your voice as we worship together.